And then this is the way that they respond to the typical American tourist from Kentucky.
So you never got to any of the shows then?
Oh, no. I turned around and came. Oh, believe me. Well, we came about halfway back, and then we stopped at Outback, and I cleaned out the kitchen. But no, that is they basically said, don't come back until you schedule a meeting with the Canadian consulate for a hearing for the zabba-dabba-dabba-da. And my thought was, don't expect me back if I get an engraved invitation from the Prime Minister once somebody finds out who the fuck he is.
Whoa, what a rips. You drove all the way to Canada for nothing then?
Well, actually, it wasn't that far. When you go through Detroit, it's only 6 hours. That's like going to get a loaf of bread for me. But it was the principle of the thing, Tommy. A man of mine standing in the community that they didn't even know had anything to do with professional wrestling before they decided to fuck with him.
You sure that Vince Russo wasn't at the Border Patrol?
You know, it looked like his sister, the same snide little snarl, except she had that north of the border lilt to her accent. Oh, and by the way, there was my wife. Let's talk about the middle-aged tourist wife sitting there on the bench after having found out that after being frisked and searched by riot police that we were now going to be kicked back across the border, and she didn't even speak to her. Stacy hadn't done a thing. She could have said, sorry, ma'am, that's the rules, or you're okay, you want to drop him off at the fucking border, or whatever, but no, she didn't even speak to her, handed her passport back, and pointed me at the door. And they pressed the button and let me out the gate where my only choice was to go back across the bridge. I have always had a principle in my life, Tommy, all these years. I've actually had a couple principles, and I violated all of them. I had the principle that I wouldn't be in the same building with Vince Russo again, and I violated it. That didn't turn out well. Every time I violate one of my principles, it doesn't turn out well. That's why I have principles like that to begin with. But the biggest principle has been never go anywhere that doesn't end in the United States of America. And with the exception of Canada, over the years I have maintained that principle. But Canada seemed like a harmless country. It's right next door to us. Like I said, we have the kind of image of putting our arm around it, going, don't worry, little buddy, nobody will fuck with you on the schoolyard or kick sand in your face on the beach because you're with us. They drive on the right side of the roads. That's positive. They speak English for the most part. Quebec gives me a headache with the signs in the French because I can't process it. Winnipeg, I've noticed, is the Kansas City of Canada. But Toronto's very nice. Love Vancouver. But the point is, you think of it as this rather benign presence up there. They're friendly and welcoming. Never had any problems before. But no. Canada, once again, shows no love to the average American tourist.
Wow. Holy crap. Hey, Jimmy, I'm telling you, we have to talk off the air, but I want to do Canada Screwed Cornette shirts. I think that the listeners would love to rock those shirts.
You're always trying to make money off my misery, Tommy. I come and I pour my heart out to the loyal Cornette's commentary listeners every week about the trials and tribulations I have of living in this terrible, cruel world, and you try to profit and make money off my misery. You're a typical wrestling promoter, Tommy. You're a leech. You're a parasite.
I'm a leech. Hey, but I'm your friend now.
Hey, you're a friendly leech.
Friendly leech.
You're my parasitic buddy, and I want 50%. But hey, you do all the work. Hey, we'll talk off the air.
All right, cool. Hey, real quick, I want to do something fun on Cornette's commentary this week to end the show. I know you didn't get an opportunity.
It's always fun when we put an end to this show.
Last night, WWE did their old school Raw show. They brought back a ton of old school legends to be part of the show last night. What I want to do is I actually have a list of all the guys that made special guest appearances on the show last night. I want to play a little word association game with you.
Now you want me to knock a bunch of poor legends trying to get a payday.
No. I went to.
You want me to bring to light that some of them probably shouldn't have been on television. I don't even know who the fuck they are.
No, I don't want to knock them. I just want a quick, one word or a couple words. The first thing that comes to your head when I say these guys. I figured that'd be fun.
You're some kind of psychologist now. You've been taking amateur classes.
Fire
ahead.
All right, here's a list of the guys on last night's Raw. First thing that comes to your head. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Am I limited to just one word? Is what you're saying now?
No.
What are the rules of this thing?
Something short, a short thing to
Something
come to your
so
mind.
you're trying to put words in my mouth. Keep it short, kid. Don't. I love Ted DiBiase. I think he was a great fucking talent. I would be happy to see him on the show. I hope he's not wrestling. He's got a bad neck.
Mean Gene Okerlund.
Mean Gene, the voice of 80s WWF. Take that for whatever you take it for.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I just saw Duggan in Chicago. I love Hacksaw Duggan.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
I love Jimmy Snuka, but I have not seen him in did he still do the Superfly?
Not last night, he didn't. No.
Okay. He's got to be 70 by now. The last time I saw him, he was 60. He still looked better than I did.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Piper was my idol. I can't say anything bad about Piper. Did he do something important?
What's that?
Did he do something important?
He actually really did. He actually was. Last segment of the show was really, really good. The Doctor of Style, Slick. The
Slickster. I haven't seen him in 15 years, except maybe at one Legend show.
The Iron Sheik.
Sheik? Did the Sheik say, "Don't say USA"?
You know he did.
Excellent. That's the perfect thing for Sheik to say.
Nikolai Volkov.
I love it. Nikolai Volkov sewed the sleeves of my suit jacket together one time in Louisiana in the locker room. I went to put it on to go out to the ring for the match, and I couldn't get my hands out the holes.
And just so you know, Nikolai sung the Russian national anthem with Vladimir Kozlov last night.
Nikolai's a very underrated singer. He could have been a recording artist.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Lombardi's never left.
Mae Young.
Please tell me that she didn't take a bump.
No, she didn't, but she did win her match last night.
Excellent. Then congratulations to her for setting a record.
Sergeant Slaughter.
I love the Sarge. How was it? Did he work or agent or what was he doing?
No, he did work.
He could probably still outwork half the roster at this point.
Tony Atlas.
And Tony could probably outwork the other half. No, I'm kidding.
Tito Santana.
Tito actually probably does still work, doesn't he?
He does independent shows up this way.
He's always in great shape.
Yeah, he looked good. George the Animal Steele.
Did he eat a turnbuckle?
He did.
Excellent.
Jim Ross, good old JR.
Okay, this is the first time hearing this too. So did he announce?
Yeah, he announced Daniel Bryan against Jack Swagger last night.
How was it?
It was really good. Really good. Really good.
Well, good. In something like that, they can break their rule, whether it's written or unwritten, about JR's announcing.
They did a thing where Michael Cole was putting him down the whole time, and then they even showed a close-up of like Michael Cole sleeping on the commentary booth because he was so bored by Jim Ross's commentary.
But see, at least we can just close our eyes and listen.
Jim Ross got his heat back, though. He hit Michael Cole with the old cowboy hat last night.
Was it gimmicked like Professor Sadaka's was in, or Odd Job Sakata's was in Goldfinger, where he could take his head off? IRS is probably still in great shape also, isn't he?
He looked okay.
Last time I saw Mike, he looked great.
I think you're in better shape than he is right now.
Oh, Jesus. Well, sorry to hear that. 'Cause I ain't in very good shape at all.
See, this is fun. Jerry Briscoe.
Did he do anything physical?
No, he didn't.
Okay, I heard he'd been sick, but I saw him in Charlotte. He looked good, so I'm glad he was there.
Tatanka.
How's Tatanka look?
He looks good.
He was supposed to be in Canada, where I was.
I wonder if he got through.
Oh, he made it. Yeah, I think they let everybody through this weekend but me.
Except you.
Yes.
Double A, Arn Anderson.
Deserves it. Hopefully he spine-busted somebody.
He didn't. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Did he elbow anybody?
No, but he danced to a Common Man, though, backstage with a whole bunch of the other legends. And then they did a gimmick with Goldust and Cody Rhodes. They were arguing with each other, and they both walked away, and Dusty goes, "I'll raise some weird sons."
And I'd rather seen the elbow.
Just
three of them, just three heels to take the triple elbow. Bing, 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 and flip-flop and fly.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Did he have a cast on?
He did.
Did he hit anybody with it?
He didn't.
Ah.
Howard Finkel.
Did he announce?
He did.
Excellent.
And last but
you never know. Sometimes they could bring Finkel on and just strip his clothes off for some reason.
Yeah. And last but not least, Ron Simmons.
Did he say damn?
He did.
Excellent. Well, there you have it.
At least you're caught up now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of have to sit through 3 hours of it. Well,
Tommy, I hate to commentate and run, but I'm expecting repairmen here at Castle Cornette. But I wanted to relate my international incident, my moment of foreign intrigue. And once again, if this is the way they treat your average tourist headed to Canada, fuck them. Go to Baltimore. It's lovely.
And you will read the headlines this week. Canada screws Cornette.
There you have it.
This week. Jimmy, thank you.
Maybe if I was bowling right now is where I'd be making the pitch for a legal defense fund.
I'm getting the shirts, the design as we speak. I'm putting it on the computer.
I think we have to. It's going to be a groundswell of support.
Jimmy, as always, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next week here on Who's Slamming Who, all right?
JimCornette.com, ROHWrestling.com, and OVWrestling.com. Just not Canada.com. Fuck that.
All right, Jimmy. Talk to you next week, man.
Bye.
Bye.